Now in this section, we are learning about the derivative formulas of trig functions. The first formula we are learning is derivative of sine function is cosine. Now I'm not going to go much into the proof of that, but if you have a formula list building up, I want you guys to write this formula in there. Derivative of sine x is cosine x. The next formula is the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. So two formulas, please remember, derivative of sine x is cosine x and derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. Okay. Now we're going to try to find some derivative problems using these formulas. Let's see the first one here. F of x is x sine x. This has a product of two functions. Okay. So what is the product rule again? If you remember, if y is u, v, then y's derivative is first function's derivative, second function as is, plus first function as is, derivative of the second function. Okay. So here, if we need to find the derivative of f, that will be first function's derivative. So derivative of x times sine x as is plus x, the first function as is, times the derivative of sine x. This is using what? What did we use here? This is using product rule, okay, of the derivatives. Let's do this. Derivative of x is what? 1 times sine x plus x, derivative of sine x is cosine x. So what do we have as an answer? Sine x plus x cosine x. That's f prime x. But they're asking us to find the second derivative. So we need to differentiate it one more time. Okay, we just learned the derivative of sine x plus this again is product. So we're gonna do this here. Derivative of x times cosine x plus x times derivative of cosine x. This is again product rule. Okay, let's open this up. Derivative of sine x is cosine x plus derivative of x is 1 times cosine x plus x times derivative of cosine is negative sine x. So here we have these two like terms. Cosine x plus cosine x will be 2 cosine x minus positive negative when they multiply x sine x. So your answer should be, what is 3? That's just the page number. 2 cosine x minus x sine x, that is the second derivative of the function. Okay, so basically what we are using here is the new formulas which we just learned. Let's look at them one more time. Derivative of cosine is negative sine x and derivative of sine x is cosine x. Okay, let's try one more formula. Derivative of tangent is secant square x. So formula added to your formula list, and derivative of secant is secant x times tangent x. Okay, so two more. Derivative of tangent x is secant square x and derivative of secant x is secant x times tangent x. Similarly, because we know derivative of tangent, we need to find derivative of cotangent. That's negative cosecant square x. And derivative of cosecant square x is negative cosecant x cotangent x. So I wrote all these together. This is really important. If you're doing calculus 1, calculus 2, you will always need to remember these trig formulas for trig functions derivatives. Okay, we're going to do some examples to use these formulas to practice. Let's look at the first one. This question is saying find the tangent line. The question is to find tangent line to the graph of this curve at x value. So x value is given. Whenever we need to find a line, we need point. Okay, point x1 is given as pi by 4. What will be y1? Because point is x coordinate, y coordinate. So y1 would be tangent pi by 4 times secant pi by 4. Tangent pi by 4 is 1. Secant pi by 4 is root 2. So y1 is root 2. So we have the point. Secondly, we need slope. Slope of tangent line comes from the derivative. So basically, you need to find the derivative of what? Y. Y is product of two functions. So we need to apply product rule. Let's apply product rule. The derivative of tangent x. What is the derivative of tangent x? Secant square x times secant x as is plus tangent x as is derivative of secant x. What is the derivative of secant x? Secant x tangent x okay. So what do we have? Secant cube x plus tangent square x secant x. But we need to find tangent line at this point. So we need to find slope of the tangent, which is usually written as m, but at pi by 4. So you need to put secant cube pi by 4 plus tangent square pi by 4 times secant pi by 4. Secant cube pi by 4 is root 2 cube plus tangent is 1, so 1 square, plus secant pi by 4 is root 2. Root 2 cube is 2 root 2 plus root 2. Okay, that is my slope. So I have my slope. What was the question again? The line, the equation of the line. Equation of the line, any line, is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. We have y1, we have y2, sorry, x1. So y minus y1 is root 2 equal to slope is, oh, this number can be actually written as 3 root 2. So slope is 3 root 2. X minus x1 is pi over 4. This is your equation of tangent in point slope form. Okay. If they ask you to write it in the intercept form, you can open it up and simplify. But I do want to point out the main things here. For any line, in this case it's tangent line, you always need to have a point. X coordinate is, if X coordinate is given, you need to figure out Y coordinate to have the full point, X and Y. For the slope of the tangent, you need to find the derivative first. Whatever the derivative comes, you put the point in there to get the actual slope. Once you have the slope, the equation of the line can be written using this formula.